Hello, my name is Kenzie.
And my name is Alexis, and this is our presentation on animal-assisted therapy. We will be discussing many benefits of animal-assisted therapy and areas in which individuals can develop skills to better their lives. We picked this topic because we both work in schools with complex students and have seen the benefit that animal-assisted therapy can have.
What is animal therapy and how does it work? Animal assisted therapy is a variety of services that uses animals to assist people with conditions that require support. Animals provide assistance with providing comfort, alert dangers, or provide support in situations where people's conditions become dangerous. The main goal of animal assisted therapy is to assist and support people with how to cope with the symptoms they are facing. Within animal assisted therapy, there are many different types of therapies with several different animals. It all depends on the person and the condition. Some of the most commonly used types of animals are dogs and horses. These therapy sessions can take place in many locations, such as nursing homes, hospitals, schools, and many more locations. Animal assisted therapy is based on the bond between animals and humans, which is known as the human animal bond. Animal therapy is very much goal directed. The animals are trained in specific intervention. Animal assisted therapy requires a therapist to interact and guide the session with the animal and the client. An important thing to note is that therapy animals is not the same as a service animal. They have limited rights in public. Animal assisted therapy should be used as an enhancement of patients' treatments. It is not a replacement for patients' original treatment.
The history of animal therapy. Animal-assisted therapy has been around since the 1960s. This is when the first formal research had begun that was involving animal-assisted therapy. Dr. Boris Levinson, who was a child psychotherapist, was the one who discovered animal-assisted therapy. He used his dog with a 9-year-old boy who was nonverbal and who struggled to make connections and communicate. From this dog, the boy was able to begin communicating with the dog, and he sat with the boy through the whole session. Boris then began to see more and more change in other children who have difficulty communicating. During the 1980s, they had a group pet partners start a program that animals who were skilled enough to provide animal therapy. Many changes have been seen when individuals interact with animals and why this therapy is important for individuals who need support in certain areas. This therapy has progressed over the years from just individual therapy to be in many areas that serve people with medical needs. Within my research, I found that Sigmund Freud in the early 1930s used his dog during his session, and he had a strong feeling that the dog had a special sense of how a patient was feeling. Many individuals were more comfortable with having his dog help communicate. Freud's view of how animal therapy worked were not noticed until many years after he had died. They released a book series that shared details from all of the letters and journals he wrote when he had begun realizing the importance of animal therapy. The history of animal therapy has come a long way and has proven to be very beneficial.
The general benefits. Interacting with animals tends to have a positive effect on people's psychological, physiological, and social aspects of the patient's well being. Benefits can range from helping with physical conditions such as cardiovascular disease to mental health disorders such as stress and depression. Animal assisted therapy benefits the relationship and bond the therapist and the client have, as the animal can create a more comfortable environment that allows the client to be more open to the therapist. In my research, I found that some physical conditions that animal assisted therapy can benefit are sleep conditions, cardiovascular health, and mobility issues. Animal assisted therapy can benefit sleep conditions such as insomnia. There have been studies done that provide data that when patients have an animal assisted session, there is an increase in sleep quality in the patients. I also found in my research some psychological conditions that animal assisted therapy can benefit are anxiety, depression, mood, and communication. Animal assisted therapy helps assist with anxiety in the fact that it reduces loneliness and potential isolation in patients. Animal therapy is known to increase patients' self esteem and self determination, as well as increase anxiety and stress. A major benefit of animal assisted therapy is learning how to appropriately socialize and gaining knowledge on how to handle these situations on their own.
Benefits of animal therapy for individuals with ASD. Many individuals have heard the term autism spectrum disorder, but they don't know exactly what it is. For my research, I found an article called Autism. And autism is defined as a complex neurodevelopment condition that involves many challenges to social communication, behavioral challenges, and repetition in many behaviors and their interests. Animal assisted therapy has shown that individuals with complex needs benefit from animal therapy. The majority of individuals who have autism use animal therapy to help learn empathy, communication, and social skills. Animals have been used to help children with autism to learn to communicate with an animal because it has been seen to be easier to communicate with an animal rather than people. The next idea to come from this to benefit the child is to hope they will take these skills of learning communication with the animal to then use these communication skills with their family. In my research, I also found that animal assisted therapy has been seen to help children with autism behavior challenges that they face. Having individuals with autism interact with animals has shown to have positive impacts on children both socially and emotionally. Through my research, it has been shown that having a therapy session with an animal, the individual is better at interacting after the session with the skills they have gained. Animal assisted therapy and autism have been shown to benefit these individuals who have been diagnosed with autism.
How does the animal get approved for animal therapy? How do you know if your animal is able to be a therapy animal? Well, animals and their handlers, which is most often the owner of the animal, go through a lengthy process of training and certifications to get approved for therapy sessions. The handler must go through a training course on how to appropriately interact with people and understand the diverse types of therapies they may have to support in. Animals also must go through checks to make sure that they have all their health records up to date, such as their vaccination records, and that they are physically fit enough to support patients as well as completely healthy before they can be approved for therapy. Animals also must undergo tests to check that the way they behave and the ability to interact in a calm manner. This is to ensure they are safe with both the handlers, the therapist, and the clients. These animals must also go through obedience training to ensure they behave appropriately for therapy sessions. All these requirements ensure the safety of all involved in the therapy sessions as well as the professionalism of the sessions.
Animal therapy nonprofit organizations locally. In the field of animal assisted therapy, many nonprofit organizations are local and willing to give you the support that is needed. There are many local organizations in British Columbia that provide support for individuals who need animal assisted therapy. Pets and Friends is a local organization that provides free pet therapy to many facilities like care facilities or medical places. They have their animals to help individuals who are struggling with many different needs. Another organization that provides animal therapy is Equine Assisted Natural Healing, which is an organization that has effective uses of therapeutic programs for individuals with complex needs. Their goals for individuals is to be able to have them gain personal growth and to learn communication through the work of animals. Throughout animal therapy, there are many local organizations that are nonprofit and are willing to help individuals through any of their needs with animals.
Thank you for listening to our presentation on animal assisted therapy. We hope that you found it informative and learned something that you did not know about it. Within this presentation, we learned about what animal assisted therapy is and all the benefits that come with it. Also, there are many organizations out there that are willing to help and are ready to make a difference in individuals' lives. Here are our slides of all the references that we used.